Answer that. I don't know why people don't talk about their relationship because they think that it's a way to protect the relationship forever. I just feel like it's pretty messed up, right? If you are the type to flaunt your relationship, flaunt it, and let's not be because you are scared that it will scatter. That being said, hi, what's going on? I'm so excited to be back. It has been more than a year. The last time I was on YouTube was like a year ago, like January last year, and I'm back now. And I know that I don't have many subscribers right now on here, but few of you actually reached out to me to ask me what's going on with me, and I really appreciate that. And it is to that end that I have decided to make this video. So this is kind of like a live update video, right? There's so many reasons why I wasn't here last year on YouTube. So way too many reasons. The first one being that I just didn't feel like I was enough to be on YouTube. You know that thing? I didn't feel like, oh, I was good enough to be on YouTube. I didn't feel like I had content enough to be on YouTube. I didn't feel like I was doing the right thing. I just felt like it was more or less imposter syndrome, because a few days ago I went back and looked at my videos and I was like, this isn't even so bad. Why did I stop? You know? And so that imposter syndrome just, really discouraged me, and I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this again. And to be honest, I did make the decision that I was not going to do it again before all the things that happened in 2023 happened. And I'm going to be sharing that right now. So the first thing that happened in January, I actually said that I was going to have a fantastic year, especially on YouTube. And then imposter syndrome, like I said, sets in, and then I didn't want to do YouTube anymore. Then January was okay. February was okay. In February, I did think that I want to come back and do YouTube. But I was just like, you know what, my space isn't quite there yet. I think I had messed up my space a little bit. And then I was like, I'm going to do it in March. Now, March was when the entire drama for 2023 started. So in March, I decided, as many of you know, I am a radio presenter. But at this time last year, almost this time last year, I was a radio presenter with Kiss FM Abuja. Right? I think I mentioned that on one of my old videos. And so I decided to level up, because for me, 2023 was the year to level up, basically. So I decided that I was going to level up, and then I decided to quit my job. I don't know if I should name drop, right? So I decided to quit my job at Kiss FM, and I went to Arise News as an intern. I was not going to be paid. I was just going to be learning the ropes of, being on TV, because I wanted to leave radio and go on TV. And so I reached out to a particular person who, she still is a mentor to me in this industry, and then we started working together, and it was a good experience. And then one day in July, she calls me and tells me, you know what, we're not going to be working together anymore. We can't do this. And there was no information, no explanation as to what did you do. And for a bit I was mad, and then I figured out that okay, it probably wasn't her. It probably was, company politics. Prior to when she told me she had to be outside the country for a bit and everything was just shaky. And so when that happened, before I came to the realization that it probably wasn't me, before I came to the realization that it probably wasn't her fault and probably wasn't me, I had this moment where I felt like maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe radio and TV, maybe showbiz is not for me. And so it was with that self-doubt that I decided to just give up my YouTube, right? So I actually made videos that I was going to upload, but at the end of the day, I didn't, right? So that was July 2023. Prior to that time, I remember that at some point, one of the last videos, I think the one I did with Graceville, she was asking me if I was in a relationship, and I said I was not going to answer that. I don't know why people don't talk about their relationship because they think that it's a way to protect the relationship forever. I just feel like it's pretty messed up, right? If you are the type to flaunt your relationship, flaunt it, and let's not be because you are scared that it will scatter. That being said, in March last year, almost about the time that I left Kiss FM, I sadly had to end a 5-year-old relationship. This is going to come as a shocker to many people who know me personally, because I was so low-key that a lot of people didn't even know that I was in a relationship, right? And then I had to end it. And to be honest, it was nobody's fault. Okay, that's a lie. That's a bloody lie. But then I think one of the reasons also that ended is that we just kind of outgrew the relationship, because it was a relationship that I had been in since like final year, and the final year I was like 19. So that happened, and the actual circumstances that led to the breakup made me sad and doubt myself again. So that was like 2 blows, doubting myself left and right. And then I was like, okay. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna keep, so from like June to like July, August, I was pretty much jobless. And then it was so depressing. I was actually depressed. I just felt like, you know what, maybe it's me who is aiming for too much. Maybe it's me who really just wants the big life, and maybe I should just be a normal girl. And coming from me, who knows that from the beginning I have never been a normal child. I have always been the child who is a high flyer. I've always been the child who would dream big. And then coming to this point, I just knew that, you know, I needed help thinking to be mediocre, right? So after, you know, the breakup and everything and being jobless, I was just like, you know what, I'm done. As at August last year, I had already wrapped up my 2023, right? And then it was then I didn't decide. So my school, the great Ambrose Ali University, decided that after 6 years of graduation, it was time for me to go for NYSC. And that came with mixed feelings, because thankfully, I was thankful to God, because, you know, all the wait was over. And then, you know, I could now tell people that I was a graduate, because prior to that time, I was so scared of telling people that, oh, I was a graduate of international relations, because what if they ask for my results? What was I going to say to them, right? So, yes, I finally went to serve, and that was when things began to turn around for me. I decided that I was going to go back to radio. And then when I got into my PPA, the way that I got into my PPA was a miracle, a very, very big miracle. But yes, now I'm a core member and I'm working with Sound City Radio, and I'm living my best life. And the take home from all of this is the take home from all of this is that you know, never doubt yourself. The fact that things are not going as you plan doesn't mean that, you know, you are not on the right path. Sometimes you really are on the right path. It's just that, you know, life comes and it throws challenges at you. One of my friends told me this one time, actually was listening to the Mileage podcast, and then I think he had some of my friends on it, and then they were going to wrap up and they say, may your days be tough. And usually when you hear may your days be tough, you think that somebody is placing a curse on you. But they explained that, and it actually made sense to me, especially thinking about my 2023 and how it has formed me to be the person that I am now. When they say may your days be tough, it means that because we are humans, because we live in the world, we will go through challenges. But when our days are tough, it actually forms us, I beg your pardon, kind of like diamond. So now when diamond hasn't gone through the refining process, it just looks like any other stone. But then it goes through the fire, it is beaten, and then when it comes out as a beautiful, you know, masterpiece. And that's a lesson that I learned from 2023, that fire and hardship is always going to make us better. And now I look at myself and look at who I was last year, and I can see the massive difference. And don't say that, oh, I'm going through tough time, let me just go through it, I'll be better when I come out of it, right? That may happen for you. However, you must be deliberate about, oh my God, I hate that I'm turning this to life lessons, but it has to be said. You must be deliberate about making your fire experience refine you. You should let it refine you. You should do things, because I did things. I did courses, you know, I learned different. I learned to be a better person, like better radio presenter. You know, I just let that experience not weigh me down at the end of the day. And this year, I mean, so far I'm having like the best year. This is March and I'm having a fantastic year so far. Yeah, so that said, life update done. I feel like I'm going to remember some things as we go, but I feel like when I just remember, I'm going to make a separate video about it. But that's about all that I can remember right now. So your girl is back. I'm so excited. You know the drill. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and click the notification button to just know when I have uploaded a new stuff, and which is going to be often, by the grace of God. Yes, so until the next video, toodles.